Hey, I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marisa, but Noelle calls me Pete.
Yep.
And welcome back to
Take It Home.
Yep, here we are, another week.
Another day, another dollar. Holler.
So, it's the last week of February by the time this comes out.
Wow, that's weird. Time sure does fly, don't it, y'all?
Time is flying.
Wait, we're going to Florida this weekend.
We are.
I am so just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just like completely forgot until right now.
Yeah.
Like I keep thinking it's further away, but no, like we're going in a few days.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be in the sunshine.
And I'm very excited to be in the sunshine.
Yay!
I need that.
Me too.
It'll be very nice.
See.
All right, well, let's get into it with our sip of the week.
Sip of the week, sip of the week. What is it?
Here we have a classic Mocha.
Ooh. Because it
Ooh.
is morning time.
It is morning time, and we're both in our robes.
Yep.
So maybe
Well, we were
Yeah.
going to film last night, but then we were too tired and we watched The Office.
we had a very long weekend. It was Valentine's Day weekend. I was working the entire weekend, and at the jewelry store, it's one of the best, or just most busy, obviously, weekends of the year. It's like the
Duh.
Super Bowl of jewelry. So, yeah, it was a lot.
I cannot believe I still don't have a bracelet from
I know.
your store.
I need to get you one. Okay, so the way I made this, I made some espresso. Each one has a double shot. I mixed some cocoa powder and sugar and vanilla extract and cinnamon and flaky salt in the cup, and then, steamed some milk, made a little like chocolate syrup thing. Once I added a splash of milk, then you add the espresso, then you top it off with more steamed milk.
Wait, what kind of milk did you put in this?
Just the regular milk that we have in the fridge.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Oh
It's
my
good.
God. Wait, this tastes like hot chocolate.
It does taste like hot chocolate.
Mm.
It is really yummy. It's so funny because literally a couple days ago I was
Wow.
like, I don't like chocolate with my coffee, which I don't. I mean, it's good. Obviously, I'll drink it. But like, if I want a coffee drink, I do not want chocolate in it.
Well, because I've been suggesting we do a mocha like a few times now. I've suggested it, and every time you're just like, But then last night you were like, should we do a mocha? And I was like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted
That's
to
what you want.
I wanted to do something with that. We had the ingredients already. And I like a mocha. Like, if you say you don't like the taste of a mocha, there's something wrong with you. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
it's delicious. It's chocolate and espresso. I just, as a coffee lover, don't. If I want coffee, I'm not going for a mocha. But if I have the mindset of I'm drinking a mocha, which is like hot chocolate with espresso, then I like it. So you just have to be in that mindset. But I would never drink this as my coffee. You know what I mean?
I actually understand what you mean, and I think surprisingly I feel the same.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm like the biggest chocolate lover ever, but I would not just drink this on an average morning.
Yeah.
I kind of
Or
I like the taste of coffee.
Yeah, because I just think, obviously, they complement each other, but it overpowers the espresso, in my opinion. But I mean, obviously, it's delicious. And I do love, like, a peppermint mocha during the holidays.
Yeah.
And actually, funnily enough, hold on, my phone is ringing. Make sure it's not.
It's probably spam.
Oh, it's Michaela Cohen. Sorry,
Wait,
I can't
should we,
answer.
like-
Well, wait, hold on.
Answer?
Hello?
Pete.
Hi.
Hi.
Guess
I'm
what?
not calling for any reason. I just what?
Welcome to
Take It Home.
Oh my god! Whoa!
We're recording.
Oh shit! I was literally calling to say hi. I didn't even call for any reason. I just wanted to talk to you. And
That's
see
so
how you
funny.
were.
Well, you're going to be a guest again. Right now.
Oh shit! Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Home pod.
We were
Okay,
We were just talking about how excited we are to come to Florida.
yippee! Wait, that's weird.
You're connected
I
to
know.
us via brain waves.
Okay, I'll have a good time.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Well, what a nice little
Surprise.
soup rise.
If y'all haven't-
soup rise.
Soup rise. That was Michaela, our friend. We have a whole episode with her. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it.
Go listen.
What were we talking about? Oh, mocha and... Okay, wait. This is what I was getting to. So, funnily enough, yesterday I treated myself Valentine's weekend to a fun coffee drink on my way to work at one of my favorite coffee shops, Butler Bake Shop. If you know, there's a couple throughout the city. There's one in Soho. There's one in Williamsburg.
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I like it. It's a cute little place. And they have like good breakfast food and stuff as well. But they usually have like a seasonal drink, and I am a hoe for like a seasonal fun like themed drink. So for Valentine's they had this like cherry latte, but it was like it did have chocolate in it. So it was like a cherry mocha latte, and I had it iced, and it was very delicious, and there was coconut on top.
Wow. It's giving Black Forest.
Yes.
Both coconut. Cherry is the theme of right now.
It is.
It's the theme of this Valentine's Day.
I love cherries, so.
Me too.
Cherry's kind of like a universal, like year-round fruit, because like cherries in the summer make a lot of sense, but cherries in the winter also make a lot of sense.
That is so true.
Right? Like what is the peak cherry? I think peak cherry season is more summer.
I think.
But cherry can be such a winter thing too.
Yeah, like some dark cherries.
Yeah.
And the cold.
Cherry, like around Christmas, it makes sense.
But I hate what are the Amarino cherries?
Oh my God.
Is that what they're called?
Maraschino?
Oh my God, help. Maraschino cherries. I do not like those. But
that's valid. They're not really, I don't really think, they're its own category.
They're not like
They're fake cherries.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fresh cherries, though. One of my favorite
love fresh
fruits.
cherries. Fresh cherry.
Oh, you know what? I think cherries are peak season around in spring, like stone fruit season, when like nectarines come into season, and plums and peaches and
Wow. Is a stone fruit a fruit with something in the middle?
with pit.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So is a mango a stone fruit?
Good question. I don't know.
Because a mango has a pit, but for some reason it's not giving stone fruit.
Yes, mangoes are considered
Wow.
stone fruits. Stone fruits are some of my favorite fruits, you guys.
I like stone fruits too.
I love like peaches and mangoes are two of my favorite fruits.
Mm-hmm.
And cherries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, are cherries considered stone fruits? Now I don't know.
Probably.
Yes, cherries are stone fruit.
Wait, yeah.
Okay, here's a list. So like nectarines, which by the way, if you don't indulge in some nectarines, freaking do it. It's so good. I started eating nectarines like in salads a couple years ago during stone fruit season. Oh my God, unmatched.
I never eat nectarines.
They're actually kind of better than peaches.
Shit.
Apricots, cherries, peaches, plums,
I love plums.
apriums. I don't know what that is. Looks like a mix between an apricot and a plum.
Said you don't like persimmons, but I think they're quite
But
nice.
yes, I love stone fruit. Anyway, we have that to look forward to.
Do you know what I was just singing?
Persimmon.
Yeah, okay.
The Army, the Navy.
No.
I've never eaten a persimmon.
Me neither. Should we try them together?
Yes, but I think it's not persimmon season anymore. Maybe it is.
Fuck.
I know those are in season around Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Have you heard of durian?
Yes, the fruit that smells bad.
Yeah. It smells
I have.
terrible. And I tried it in Thailand and I hated it.
What does it taste like?
Nasty, nasty, in my opinion.
Like,
I don't know how
did
to
it have
explain.
a fruit type of taste?
No, it didn't taste like fruit.
Sweetness
to me.
at all?
Maybe it was like kind of sweet. Some people think that it tastes like ice cream or something sweet. I disagree. I don't know how to explain how it tasted. I don't know how, but I did not like it at all.
Interesting.
It grossed me out a little.
Smile of the week, smile of the week. Smile of the week, smile of the week. I had a hard time choosing my smile this week.
Because you had so many?
Yeah, I had so many. I really did.
Low-key,
And-
same.
Like, I want to say a few, but
Say two.
okay.
We're gonna go crazy today.
Yeah, it's just a smiley week, I guess. But number one thing, this is an adult thing again. I know like last week mine was well, maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I talked about how I got new Tupperware. So this is like kind of similar, but something that's been making me happy is I did a closet clean out, but not even like, I didn't even get rid of anything because I'm not necessarily ready to get rid of anything. There's not a lot I want to get rid of right now, but I reorganized. So I have a dresser. I have a hanging rack on my wall that's like exposed because I don't have a closet in my room. And then I have a closet in our shared space. And then I have bins on my shelves in the closet. So like many different places for clothes. And so I reorganized where I was keeping certain things. Each like little place each thing has its place. And everything's very neat. And it's making me so happy because I was feeling just so like cluttered before. This is just making it so much easier for me to
That's nice.
know where everything is. Everything's neatly folded.
What do you keep on your top shelves?
So like in my closet, in the bins.
Yes.
One bin is for like sweatpants and pajama sets.
Okay.
Another bin. So I had my pants hanging up in my closet. And I decided to start folding my pants, like my jeans and stuff, and put them in a bin because I think pants hanging up are so annoying. Like I don't have pant hangers, so I was like folding the pants, putting them on hangers. And that's always how I've done it my whole life. But it takes up a lot of space in your closet. It's like very bulky. Sometimes the pants slide to one side of the hanger and then everything's uneven. And so that's one big thing I changed. I took all my pants and skirts and folded them and put them in because it lends itself better to folding than to hanging, in my opinion. So those are in my bins, and I have like my sweatshirts. And then I bought a steamer. So like, duh, why don't I have one? Well, we did have one and we took it to Italy.
Yeah.
And
we have an iron now.
I don't.
But that's a lot of work.
Iron. We've always had an iron. I've had that iron since college, I think. But
Iron.
I would much rather steam clothes. So I bought a steamer so that I don't have to worry about things being wrinkly.
That's nice.
And then everything on my hanging exposed shelf or rack in my room is like my nice blouses, stuff that I wear often and that can rotate out seasonally. And I have all my dresses in the closet and sweaters, and yeah, I don't know. It just makes me very happy to have it all organized.
Yay, Pete.
Yes, and it's making my life easier. And then my other smile is Galentine's. I don't know if you were going to talk about that, but we had a Galentine's, me and Noelle and our friend Sarah, on Valentine's Day in the evening, and we made steaks together, and I made scallop potatoes, which I had never done before, but I've been wanting to try to make, and they were delicious. And
They're yummy.
Noelle made a beautiful salad, and Sarah made an incredible Black Forest cake.
Which is why cherries and Black Forest is the theme right now.
Yes, and we just ate. We opened a bottle of wine, chit-chatted.
And what else did we do?
Yes, I was getting there.
Okay.
We did a gift exchange.
So cute of us.
But not just any gift exchange. This gift exchange was called My Favorite Things Gift Exchange, where we each bought each other one of our favorite things, like something that we really love or use frequently, and then gifted it to the other two people.
The lip stain today. Pete's
Yes.
gift to us was her favorite lip stain.
Yes, my favorite lip stain. Sachu, sponsor us. I think that's how you say it. It's the one that's like black and it peels off. I love those lip stains. I've tried a few shades and it's like a staple for me. So I gifted Noelle and Sarah the lip stain.
Yes.
Noelle gave us a hair mask.
I did. My favorite Fenty Beauty hair mask. It smells so fucking
Does
good.
smell good.
And the smaller bottles they're
Yes.
a little more affordable. We said no more than 20 per gift.
Yeah, like 15, 20. And then I have to mention one more thing. So Sarah got us this roll of like, I think I don't know. It's what she uses for mouth tape, which if you haven't heard of mouth taping, it's like this thing that's become popular in the wellness world right now. Taping your mouth shut when you sleep. I know that sounds scary, but it's supposed to have a lot of benefits. And I've been wanting to try it for a while, and I just didn't know what kind of tape to buy. There are these companies that make mouth tape specifically for that. Because you could just use like
duct tape.
Maybe not duct tape, but like, you know, any sort of skin safe tape. But I was worried about like, I don't know, giving into some like overpriced thing but this was perfect. So Sarah gave us the tape. She said it's changed her life. It's supposed to regulate your breathing while you sleep so you don't mouth breathe and improve your quality of sleep. And then it's supposed to like maybe help with inflammation and stuff like that. And
did it work for you last night too?
So yeah, I've used it the past 2 nights, and I don't know if it's like placebo effect or not, but I really like, and I'm a pretty light sleeper, so I feel like I don't feel like I've gotten a deep sleep every single night. In the past 2 nights, like I've really felt like I slept deeply. I woke up feeling very rested. So I don't know. I'm going to continue to try it out and see like the long-term effects, but I like it so far.
Well, I have yet to try it. Sorry, Reese. By the time you listen to this, I will have tried it. But it's because I'm a freaking dumb head, and I was trying to I was trying to tear off a piece last night, but I need to use scissors.
Yeah.
So
gotta cut it.
I'll use scissors tonight. And then I'll let you guys know what I think. But I will say I'm already a pretty heavy sleeper. I sleep very well most nights, which I'm very grateful for. I know that a lot of people struggle with sleep, so
That's your smile.
Look, I like don't know. I have so many right now.
I know. I also had so many. I have like more.
I will say I'm just gonna do a kind of general. My Valentine's Day in general this year was awesome. McAwesometon. I spent it with Rodney at first, and then we had Galentine's. But Rodney planned for us to do a food crawl in Flushing, Queens, where the other Chinatown is, which has been on my bucket list probably for like 3 years, and I just have not been. And it was actually really easy to get to. The commute was like an hour, but you just like take the G to the 7 and then you just sit for a while. And so I went to other Chinatown in New York City. It felt so crazy because I go to the Chinatown in Manhattan all the time. So it was so weird being in another Chinatown I had never been to. Didn't even know until you guys did that, that there was another Chinatown in Queens. There is, and there were so many huge supermarkets. I love walking around a supermarket, like especially when it's a supermarket primarily with foods from other countries. So it was really cool to see all of these like Chinese goods. Rodney and I have also been on a search to find this treat that he ate in Beijing. Hey, if anybody listening knows where we can find walnut cakes, let me know. Because we found a couple of them, but neither of them were like the ones he had in Beijing, and we've just been on a search to find the exact ones. That was just it was really fun. Yeah, Valentine's Day just felt very special this year. I was very happy. And then I guess I'll also say Galentine's. It just filled my soul. I love me, Pete, and Reese. Reese is Sarah. We all love to be bougie sometimes and extra. But, we're on our money-saving grind this year, so we were like, we're not going to go out to a fancy restaurant. Let's just, have Galentine's at home and cook. So we got some steaks from Whole Foods, and Pete literally just talked about this, so I'm not going to repeat our Galentine's, but it just felt really sweet and nice, and I loved celebrating with friends. I'm just grateful for people in my life who like to celebrate things with me. I love any excuse to celebrate anything and just make something special, Yeah.
Also, I love steak. I need to eat steak more.
Our steak that we made was really good.
It was, and it was simple. All we did was salt and pepper it, and then in the pan, just butter, rosemary, a little bit of dried thyme, and that was it. We just cooked it. It was perfectly medium rare. So good. And then we put a little flaky salt on the top once it was done cooking, and simple. We were like, this has got to have so much protein, and we looked it up. For about a 6-ounce piece of filet that we had, it said it was 46 grams of protein. We were like, damn, we're set for the week. No, I'm kidding, not the week, but
but that's a lot of protein.
I love steak. I feel like I used to get steak out a lot when I would go out to eat.
I never like really get steak.
And I need to do it more because it is one of my favorite foods. Also, one more thing. What was your favorite thing you ate on your food crawl?
My favorite thing we had were these lamb noodles from dun 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 dun. I'm scared I'm gonna mispronounce this. Henan Fangwei. Literally, we walk in. It is like this small hole in the wall, random place, and literally, when you order the hand pulled noodles, he starts hand pulling them. Like, he makes your dish from scratch.
Aww.
So, like, we ordered the lamb hand-pulled noodles, and then he's like, yep. And then we see him literally take the dough, and he starts making the noodles from scratch. And I was like, this is going to be good. And also, lamb is one of my favorite meats ever. It was so freaking good. It was so good. I also loved this. We got spicy chili wontons from a place called White Bear, and those were really good, too.
Wait, what was the thing that you said tasted like Doritos?
It was that. They literally
That's so
tasted like
weird.
Doritos. They smelled like Doritos and kind of tasted like them.
Well, I
without the
probably like
crunch.
that.
Yeah, you honestly would.
I love like the Doritos Locos Taco from Taco Bell.
Well, you should try the spicy chili wontons. The one thing we didn't do that I wish we would have was gotten dessert. We didn't get any desserts.
Really? I'm surprised.
But I think it's because we were so fucking full
Yeah, that
by
makes
the
sense.
end. Like, I was like, I can't. Rodney actually ate, like, the last place we went, we got soup dumplings and a scallion pancake. He had 5 soup dumplings. I had 1. I was like, I can't eat anymore. Like,
you guys did eat a lot.
I was so full. Yeah, and we weren't pacing ourselves in the beginning either. We just were like, yum, 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 eating a lot. But anyways, yeah, so that was one of my smiles. And then Galentine's was one of my smiles. I had romantic Valentine's Day and then friend, love, Galentine's Day. And it was awesome. Yay!
I also had a good weekend, even though I worked all weekend. It's really fun, I think, when like the jewelry store is busy, and I welded a lot of couples. And I work at a permanent jewelry store, so like we custom make jewelry and weld it around, their wrist when they, or neck or ankle or whatever. So it's fun. It's like appointment based. It's not just selling. It's like you're giving them an experience, and it's always fun to chat with people. I didn't tell you this. I did a waist chain on someone yesterday.
Whoa!
Which is something that we do there. But in my 3 years of working there, have never done a waist chain on someone. And that was fun. And she was so nice. And like, our friend Tara, who has a business called Soul Pie, was posted up at Love Weld all weekend selling her prints and doing custom poems for people. So it was so fun to catch up with her. And it was just good vibes, man.
We love good vibes.
Yeah. So we love Valentine's Day.
Yay!
Okay. Let's get into our topic.
Parasocial relationships.
Yes. Something that we've had on our little list for a while of something we wanted to talk about. And someone recently told me that we should do an episode on this. And I was like, well, it's on our list and we've been wanting to. So
the time has come. A parasocial relationship is a one-sided, non-reciprocal bond where an individual invests emotional energy, interest, and time into a media figure, celebrity, or fictional character who is unaware of their existence. Whoa, that's weird.
It is weird. And we all have them. Like, if you're a fan of someone, you know a little bit more about them than they don't know you exist. That's a parasocial relationship. And that's something that's
Weird.
natural, I guess, throughout time, because fan relationships to your favorite musical artists, actors, celebrities of any sort. But I think it's an interesting topic because it's blown up into something so much bigger now because of social media.
Yes, dead ass.
And like now these people on TikTok who will share so much of their lives, and you know so much about them, and you become invested and you feel like you almost know them as a friend.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Also, even not just with like content creators or influencers or whatever, but just big celebrities in general. I feel like back in the day before social media, you would just like hear their music or see them on TV and whatever. But now with social media, it's like you're seeing, for example, like who Billie Eilish, like rather than just hearing her new album and maybe seeing some interviews, you're seeing her post like funny stuff online. So it really feels like you're getting to know these people personally. Maybe this is exactly what you just kind of said, actually. I remember when Kim Kardashian first got an Instagram, I was like, whoa, this is so weird because I can follow her on Instagram. Like, I thought that was crazy to be able to follow someone who's a big celebrity on Instagram. And now that's just so normal.
Yeah, and it's almost like, obviously, social media feeds the idea of the parasocial relationship. So it's almost like when you're a celebrity or a content creator, influencer, anyone in the public eye, if you're not leaning into that side, are your fans going to be as diehard about you? Do you know what I mean? Like, people posting on social media feeds into their love for you.
Yeah.
So it creates this like more intense fan culture surrounding you and your brand.
Sabrina Carpenter's a good example.
Yeah. I mean, like, any of these celebrities. I heard a celebrity recently talking about how it's hard to keep, like, as an artist, any like sense of mystery surrounding you or who you are as a person. And it's almost like your art or your whatever you're creating can't be really separate from who you are. Like, you can't maintain any sense of mystery surrounding your personal life either. Now it's like they're intertwined. And
yeah, that's so weird. Celebrity culture is so weird. I feel like, do you think that people are starting to become less interested in the lives of celebrities, though?
I think a little bit. I mean, there's definitely a level of people are kind of not as interested with those who are out of touch now.
That's
like,
true.
For example, the Kardashians. Like, I do feel like, to an extent, people are sick of seeing people flaunt their wealth and stuff. In this day and age, when there's like so much, happening in the world, I do see like the pendulum kind of swinging back the other way.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who the celebrity is. Like, I even feel weird like talking about these people like on the podcast because I'm like, they're actual human beings. Mm-hmm. It's weird that they have no fucking idea who we are. Are parasocial relationships unhealthy?
I don't think inherently, but I think they can become unhealthy for sure. I mean, that's why there's many celebrities who have stalkers and stuff like that. Like, and that's where it becomes unhealthy because this person has no idea who you are and you're like so obsessed with them that you're stalking them, whatever. I will talk about like a specific thing. There was this influencer I followed for a while who mainly made YouTube videos that I just enjoyed watching. It was like a little simple thing. But she would have like her family in a lot of her videos. She would make videos with her dad, sometimes with her mom, but mostly her dad. And her dad was very loved by her following as well and like had his own YouTube channel. And he like suddenly tragically passed away in a car accident like a few years ago. And I remember that I felt so affected by that. I have never met this person, I don't know their family, but because she was a part of my life in a way, and in a way that felt very like intimate, because it's like she was showing parts of her life that were very personal to her and normal and like everyday. I felt like I was grieving her dad as well. And like,
wow,
that was the first time that I've experienced that. And it just like sat so, I don't know, heavy on me for a while. It was like very jarring, very sad and scary. And I recently saw someone else talking about this. Some influencer on TikTok had like recently lost her mother, and a girl who was like a fan of her video popped up on my page talking about how like she was crying, and she was like, it's so weird, like when you follow these people for so long, you feel like you know their lives and their family, and it just like kind of makes you kind of sick to your stomach. But then when you think about it, it's like, whoa, I've never met this person.
Yeah. I used to get like kind of upset over my celebrity crushes. I remember when I was little, like it would make me feel like Joe Jonas was a good example. Like in middle school, I had the biggest crush on Joe Jonas ever. And when I would really sit and start thinking about it too hard, I would get really sad because I'd be like, he doesn't even know who I am.
Yeah.
And I just like think that I have a literal crush on him and he doesn't know I exist. But then it's like, you don't actually know these people for real. You know what they post on social media.
You know what they decide to share and show of their lives.
Exactly.
But it's so interesting, especially with social media.
We live in a weird day and age. Oh, this is interesting. It says parasocial relationships satisfy social needs without the risk of rejection. In the digital age, these parasocial interactions are intensified by the illusion of direct two-way communication, such as liking or commenting, that make the interaction feel real.
That's interesting, though, because, like, isn't it kind of rejection in a way when they don't even know you exist?
Like,
and they can't interact with you back? Like,
I don't know. You know what? You know who I randomly have a parasocial relationship with? I mean, not randomly, because we all have them all the time. I love watching Strawberry Milk Mob, like, every night, because the Milk Mob sisters post so much. Like, they post multiple times a day. So, well, now I'm not scrolling before bed as much anymore because I got a Brick. Shout out to Brick. Sponsor us, please. But before I would go to bed, I found comfort in watching the Milk Mob sisters content for some reason. And it's so weird because I feel like I know them, but they literally have no idea who I am. But I think their lives are so interesting. I think they're so cute and funny. And, like, I'm just like, if y'all knew me, like, you'd want to be friends. But
yeah, and they don't. I feel like there's no harm in that. Like, you see that all the time, like that term, my comfort creator. Like, there's so many people I feel that way about. I have, like, the people I follow on TikTok. And sometimes if I want to have a scroll, I'll go on to the people I'm following rather than just my For You page so that I can control what I'm seeing. It's like the people that I've chosen to follow that, like, don't really harm my my mental health.
I guess maybe the difference between that, though, like, because parasocial relationships can get super unhealthy and toxic, but maybe the fact that we're able to recognize that it's a parasocial relationship and be like, whoa, like, they don't know who I am, but, like, I like their stuff. Versus people, I'm like, do people actually think that, like...
That was going to be my next question is, like, when do we think it crosses the line into being, like, harmless, like, admiration to obsession and maybe, like, an unhealthy level?
Well, one, I think, would be, like, how... Oh, okay, so there are 3 levels of parasocial relationships. So there's, entertainment, social. Celebrity is a source of gossip and entertainment. Intense, personal, which is intense and compulsive feelings towards a celebrity, and then borderline, pathological, uncontrollable behaviors and fantasies. But there's benefits to parasocial relationships too. See, but then I'm like, is this actually a benefit? It says one of the benefits are reduced chance of rejection in social relationships.
No, because that's like feels like an avoidant behavior.
Yeah, it's like, that there's no way that's an actual benefit. Like, I'm having a relationship with this online person and it's a benefit because I'm not getting rejected. Like, that feels
that's weird.
Unhealthy and weird.
Yeah.
I feel like that is not a benefit.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. Also, just like the way that some people approach celebrities in person versus others, like, I guess a good example is like the paparazzi versus like respecting a person's boundaries, or like, well, for example, I actually talked about this on the pod. I saw one of my favorite actresses, Lily Rabe, who was in multiple seasons of American Horror Story. She's done a lot. She's like an incredibly talented actress. I've loved her work since high school. I guess there's a difference between like respecting someone's career and art versus like wanting to be their best friend without knowing them. Like, because when I saw her, I was just like, hey, I think you're such an incredible actor. Like, I've always really admired your work. Like, thank you for that. Like, you know,
which is, I saw a video recently of someone recorded Sarah Jessica Parker sitting in a restaurant crying.
I saw that.
And people are like, So yeah, the right thing to do is to film her and post it like in a vulnerable moment. It's just like I think that it becomes kind of messed up when people feel like they are entitled to, just because this person's in the public eye, like they're entitled to, I don't know, take pictures and videos of them and like post it. That's such an invasion of privacy, but so many people do it. Like, and paparazzi is one thing, not defending the paparazzi or saying it's right, but it's like, that's that person's career. But I'm talking about like the people, like just like people on the street. Like if you see a celebrity on the street and you just start recording them or whatever, it's like weird that we feel entitled to that. Like you would never do that to a stranger, just because this person's in the public eye. And I think about the fact, like if I were famous, that would make me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, people filming you all the time. Yeah, that's weird.
Like, hi, I'm a human. Like, that is a person at the end of the day. And I think we forget that. We think there's some like...
I'm like, living in New York City too, I feel like there's actually a chance of seeing celebrities a lot.
I have a list of celebrities that I've seen.
Same.
In public on my phone. I did actually approach... I saw Emily Ratajkowski
oh yeah,
at Domino Park. It was so weird. Like I was at the park with my friend, just like laying out, and I looked over and I said to my friend, I was like, "Is that Emily Ratajkowski?" She was just like sitting there. I think she was actually taking some Instagram photos. Her friend was like taking pictures.
She
of her.
was,
but I read her book recently. When at the time that I had encountered her in public, so. As I was leaving, I didn't make it weird or anything, but I was like, okay, when I leave, if she's still there, like, I might, as I'm passing by, just like tell her that I loved her book. And I did. And she was very sweet. And she was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for reading it.
Oh, that's sweet.
But I always forget that happened because she's like pretty damn famous. But she lives in New York, I think. And she.
Oh, does she?
I think, or at least she has like an apartment here. I saw someone on the train recently. I don't even know her name, but she was on like Disney Channel, Dog with a Blog or something.
Oh my god, Dog with a Blog. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I saw Bradley Cooper again the other day.
Wait, you saw Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, I've seen him twice now.
That's crazy.
He lives around, well, I shouldn't say where he lives actually.
I have seen this girl, the girl from Dog with a Blog, Genevieve Hanelius. I don't know how to say her name. I've seen her twice. I saw her on the train the other day. I saw her once in Chelsea Market. You saw Amy Schumer.
Yeah, I did see Amy Schumer. Wait, okay, should we say the lists of people we've seen?
Yes. So my big one was Emily Ratajkowski. I've seen Julie Bowen, the woman who plays the mom on Modern Family. I saw her once at in Chelsea Market when I used to work in Chelsea Market.
That's so funny.
I saw JoJo, not JoJo Siwa, but JoJo, 90s JoJo. If you know, you know. JoJo from Aquamarine. Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. I saw her in a hotel.
I rode the subway next to BJ Novak, who plays Ryan on The Office, the temp.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Seth Meyers, Amy Schumer. I've seen Sarah Jessica Parker twice. And I've seen Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds multiple times too.
That's
which is
cool.
Crazy. And apparently, I think they might be getting a divorce or something.
Oh. See? Why do we know that? Like, why do we know this weird shit?
And that's weird. And that's weird.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird. One of the craziest people I saw was Joe Biden.
Oh my god.
I
forgot you saw Joe Biden.
This was crazy. I was nannying on the Upper West Side. I'm taking the girl that I nanny home. This was like, I think the first year I worked for them. Home from her after school activity or whatever. They live, I'm not going to say where they live, I guess, but on a certain street. And the literal roads were blocked. I could not get through to their house. The entire, like, probably from the, Riverside all the way to Central Park was blocked. And I, like, couldn't get around to go north. So, yeah. And I was like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, these, like, cars drive by with all of this security. And I saw Joe Biden through the window. Crazy.
That's so
and I was
funny.
like, what? Just an average Tuesday in New York City, you know?
Just an average Joe.
Yeah. So that was really cool, I guess. He was president at the time, too.
That's crazy. Also, like, celebrities are so weird because there's different kinds too. Like, I think
A-list, B-list.
Ew, yes, but that's not even what I was thinking of. Like, yes, there are like A-list, B-list, C-list, D-list, whatever. But also just like, I guess politicians are celebrities technically because everyone knows who they are. I mean, Trump was also a celebrity before he was president, but not speaking of him, like Joe Biden is, I guess, technically a celebrity because everyone knows who he is. Mm-hmm. But when you think of a celebrity, you think like movie star, pop star, and stuff.
Another thing, because you mentioned Blake Lively maybe getting a divorce. There's this really popular content creator. How do you say her name? The makeup influencer who has like the Boston accent, but she has like a huge following on TikTok. She recently had to make a video addressing the fact that she was getting a divorce. And she starts off the video by being like, "You're going to want to sit down for this. Thank you for supporting me. And you're going to want to sit down for this information." Like, just the concept of that is like having to tell people you don't know to sit down. Yeah, because she shared so much of her relationship online, and you know, people knew who her husband was and all these personal details about the fact that he struggled with addiction and all this and that. And she had to turn her comments off and post this video and make it about the fact that she's getting a divorce. And it just brings up such an interesting concept. It's like, it's scary. Like, how much of your life do you show online? What do you owe to people? Like, do you owe them anything? But if you don't say anything, then people are going to speculate, and then you have to like address rumors and this and that, and it's just crazy.
It's also weird. I feel like because we're adjacent to lots of famous people, not like A-listers necessarily, but like we're both actors and singers, you know, like, I don't know.
We do know some people who are kind of famous, yeah. And if they're not super famous, they know someone who's famous, you know, like,
yeah.
We have a friend who has recently gotten into a circle where they were hanging out with a super famous person. So yeah, it's just interesting. I don't know. I think as long as you can obviously acknowledge that it's parasocial and not engage in it. Some people get way too invested in like celebrities' lives.
Yeah.
But they want the gossip.
Also, like that video someone posted of Wishbone Kitchen, aka Meredith Hayden. She's been one of my favorite like content creators for a long time because she would post stuff about how she was a private chef in the Hamptons. And she's like a chef content creator. She creates her own recipes and she's awesome. But she posted a video about having anxiety about flying to Japan. Some girl who's actually apparently a core power instructor in Williamsburg. She might have gotten fired after this, but she made this long video just being like, why is Wishbone Kitchen talking about having anxiety? Like, okay, like you're going to stay in a 5-star hotel. Like all of this stuff. And then Wishbone Kitchen pretty much responded to it and was like, hey, so actually I was roofied a few years ago and had a really traumatic experience and was diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, depression, all of this stuff. And that's why I was anxious.
She was roofied and kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like someone, yeah.
So the point is, like, I guess I can see, I'm not at all saying Wishbone Kitchen was doing this, but I can see a world in which people are irritated with celebrity. Like Kim Kardashian recently in an interview was like, I don't know how much milk costs. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. While there are people out here literally who can't pay their bills. I don't think Wishbone Kitchen was doing that. I will reiterate. But I can see a world in which like you see someone who is super successful talk about how they're anxious to do something that's a really cool thing. And you're like, that's annoying and frustrating. However, I think that you need to recognize all people's feelings and anxieties are valid. Also, anxiety is literally irrational. That's like the whole point of it. I remember the day after my grandma died, I was home in Greensboro for her funeral, and I remember thinking more about the guy that wasn't texting me back than my grandma just dying. And looking back, I remember being like, I'm a terrible person. Why am I so anxious about this boy when my grandma, who I love so much, just died. And looking back, it was just because of like literally PTSD and a trauma response. Like, and of course now I don't give a hoot about that guy, and I miss my grandma every single day. So it has nothing to do with who I cared about more genuinely. It was just like a literal trauma response. I've been traumatized by men. I have this man not texting me back, and my brain is going into fight or flight. Anxiety is irrational. You can't say that it's irrational, or you can't say that it's stupid for celebrities or people who have money and success to experience mental health problems.
Yeah, if anything, I feel like that kind of can amplify your mental health problems.
Exactly.
Like, as humans, we're not probably meant to experience fame, honestly. Like, I don't think our systems are necessarily built for that. A lot of people do experience it, but being in the public eye in such a way, like, I don't think that we're necessarily naturally equipped to deal with
like
what comes with that. So, and also I just think, yes, all of these influencers, especially influencers, because the ones that are making videos of them in their house and sharing these like very personal, intimate, like everyday routines and stuff, you feel like you know them. But like, we all have to remember we don't. And there's so much to their lives
that we don't
and their
know.
inner world that they're not sharing. And so just because they're sharing their nighttime routine or their morning routine or their relationship, it doesn't mean that you understand the entirety of their life or their world. And that's when I think people become, or they think they feel entitled to judge or whatever. But it's just so silly.
I mean, I think that some stuff is frustrating. Like, I think it's frustrating when people are like super successful, famous, rich people are not aware of their, or just say things like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Mental health is all valid, but I think that there is an insane wage gap, and it's crazy.
There's a difference between mental health and struggling with those things and people not knowing the extent of that, and then also just like being out of touch and not reading the room when it comes to like certain things you may say or do or post or whatever, when there's a lot going on in the world. And maybe some people are sick of seeing, like, I don't know, something like Kim Kardashian saying she doesn't know how much milk costs because she doesn't go grocery shopping, you know, but she also can't go grocery shopping. She would get bombarded, you know?
Recently,
it's weird.
I transferred $7 from my savings account, and there was only $7 in it, mind you. I transferred that $7 into my checking account so I could afford a couple more groceries.
Yeah. I think now more than ever, maybe, or maybe we're just more aware of it because of social media, and we're also connected in a different way than we were before social media and TikTok. It's really weird to walk, you know, the streets of New York, especially in New York. It's so interesting because you have like super rich people, and then you have like a lot of poverty and like and stuff like that. So
one thing I learned, I took a tour of I went to the Tenement Museum like a year ago, and we took a tour of this old apartment, and it was like a very impoverished apartment building. There was some fancy china in there, and the tour guide asked, like, do you notice this fancy china that's in here, even though this apartment belonged to people who were living in poverty? And we were like, oh yeah, that's weird, why is that? And they were like, it's because New York City is so close together, everyone is like on top of each other, that when the super wealthy people would kind of get bored of something fancy, then they'd either just like put it on the street or give it to thrift shops. And that's why that's such a thing now. I might have mentioned this on the pod before. Like, we have those fucking fancy glasses that we got from Mother of Junk for $2 each. And then when I did some research on them, turns out they were like Tiffany glasses. But the reason why thrifting is such a big thing in New York City too is because the super wealthy people will like get rid of their stuff to get new stuff in, but then they either like resell or give away the old things they had.
Yeah,
which is really interesting.
It is interesting. And stooping is such a thing here. Like, I don't know if it's a big of a thing in other cities, but in New York, like, people, it's very common for people to just leave things out on their stoop or like the side of the street for people to just take for free. And there are like literally Instagram accounts the people who run these accounts like search for the good things that are on sitting on a stoop waiting to be taken, and they post it. Hey, at the corner of blah 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 and blah blah blah, this piano, you know, and then people will go take it. That's like I follow those accounts. It's cool. Like sometimes there's like awesome stuff that's just left on the street, so that's like a huge thing here too,
which is so crazy to think about. Like sometimes really nice fancy stuff. Like I've thrifted so much cool stuff, and so have you. I thrifted like a $400 shirt for $40 once.
I love thrifting.
Me too. And it was still in like really great condition. Like that's the thing.
My fur coat, which
seriously
I talked about on the podcast, but I've been getting so many compliments on it. I'm so glad I bought it. I mean, not for that reason, but
because
like,
you want compliments.
No, but like, I feel really good in it, and I think that other people like notice that and like see that too, which is
sure
cool. But yeah, that coat was probably hundreds of dollars. I got it for a good price. And
wait, I didn't even get to finish. I was gonna continue saying something about the girl who made the video making fun of Wishbone Kitchen. What I was gonna say is parasocial relationships are crazy, and it's insane to me to think that someone would make a video like that. Like, could you imagine ever posting a video being like talking about a celebrity
that you don't know?
I mean, but I'm like, are we doing that right now? Because we're talking about celebrities on our... But we're not talking shit about them is the thing, I think. Like...
In order to, like, sit down, record that video, post it, you have to care a lot about what these other people are saying and doing. And that's where it maybe surpasses a level of, like, why is this affecting you so much? Like, you don't even know this person.
Like, that is so weird. I think if I'm, like, analyzing the situation, I feel like this girl probably, like... It's going through her own stuff. Maybe she... Here I am. I'm like, maybe... Am I doing exactly what she's doing because now I'm talking about her? But, like, maybe jealousy or something. I mean, like, of course, like, I see a video of Wishbone Kitchen saying she's going to Japan and she's anxious. And my thought is, like, damn, I wish I was going to Japan. But it's not anything to do with her or her feelings. It's, like... So maybe the person watching it was just like, like, she's doing this cool thing and she has no reason to be... I don't know what you get what I'm saying. But the point is, it's insane to post a video like that.
Also, it's a little emotionally unaware to not address the fact that, like, even though you may have success or money or fame or whatever it is, you still have problems. And like I was saying before, it can create even more problems. Like, that can actually... play into poor mental health and whatnot. Like, I think that people who may not have that think that if they did have that, it would like solve all their issues, but that's so not the case. And we were just talking about this the other day with we like to kind of remember that pain is relative, or like issues are relative to the life you have.
This
like
the other day,
but at the same time, like obviously we're talking about this at Galentine's. There is a level of gratitude that I think should play into your life, and you need to be appreciative of the things that are going well and the things that you do have, no matter where you are in life. But gratitude is like a practice, and it's like a way of life. It's not something that comes when you suddenly get all the things you want, because one day if you are not living in gratitude, or if that's not your way of the way your brain works, or if you haven't worked on that, even when you obtain all these things that you've wanted, money, whatever it may be, like a relationship, success, whatever that means, like that is not, if your brain is not wired to look for the good, it's still going to try to find all the problems. But then on the other hand, it's like, regardless if you're grateful or not, you're still going to have issues. Like, having success doesn't solve all your problems. People still struggle with things. If not even more so than... You just have different problems. It's like, maybe you aren't struggling financially, but now you have all these other issues. Like with what comes with being in the public eye, or like mental health. Like,
but all that being said, I think people do need to be self-aware about what they're when they are complaining about things, what they're complaining about, and who they're complaining about it to. And when. Because if you're somebody who like makes a lot of money and you're complaining to somebody who can't even pay their bills, or like somebody, if you're in a position or in a career that maybe like you have a wonderful career and somebody who's really aspiring to have your career is like, hey, how's this thing going? And you're like, it's whatever. It's it's like, okay, so, well, this person you're saying that to is working really hard to get there. So
there's a balance of like, reading the room, paying attention to like, I guess that's what I was trying to say, like having a level of gratitude, but then also realizing that problems are relative, and even when you reach success, you're gonna have different issues. But like, the way you talk about them, and then who you talk about them to, you just have to be aware, like self-awareness. Come on, people
are not self-aware, and it scares me.
I will say, I think to some extent, parasocial relationships are kind of unavoidable these days.
Yes, unless you're like Amish.
I mean, if you're on social media or you like don't live under a rock, no offense, it's shoved in our faces, I think.
But even Amish people might experience them because they might see a face on a billboard or something.
That's so true. To some extent.
God.
Like, I don't know. I feel like, what's going on with my hair? I feel like if you live in this world, it is really glorified or like just like put in our faces.
Yep.
And you can choose how much you engage with it. There are different levels, but it is an interesting thing. Fame and parasocial relationships.
It is. Hey, also, if you find yourself going on social media too much, get a brick. Just Google it.
So the take home is,
parasocial relationships are crazy town, and everybody has problems.
I think the take home is that there are levels to parasocial relationships. Some can be harmless, some can even be like inspiring or helpful, and there is a line where it crosses from harmless admiration to I feel entitled to
this
life.
And
we just need to be aware of that. You choose how much you engage with it.
I mean, we're literally out here posting videos and podcasts of us talking, so we don't know who's out there listening, so someone could have a parasocial relationship with us that we don't know about. I think a lot of our listeners at the moment, at least, are people we know personally.
But we have no idea, though.
Even though, okay, some of the people who listen to our podcast listen because they know you but haven't met me yet. So like technically maybe they have a parasocial relationship with me.
That's actually really funny. When I got lunch with my friend the other day, she was saying that she's listened to like most of the episodes, and she was like, and it's weird because I feel like I know Noelle but I've never met her, and she literally said, she's like, it's like a parasocial relationship and it makes me feel weird.
That is like, weird.
I guess you don't necessarily have to be famous to have a parasocial relationship with someone.
But that's weird.
It is just interesting, and something that is just like a way of the world now with social media. It just like amplifies it so much. And all right, well,
I love you guys. I love you so much.
You can follow us at Take It Home Pod on Instagram, TikTok. You can follow us on YouTube. If you never watched the podcast, there's another place you can get it.
Yes, you can. If you are interested in having a parasocial relationship with us, you can do all of those things.
Yes. And we come out with a new episode every Thursday.
We do. It's true. It is true. And you can listen to it. And we will hug you from way far away.
Bye.